hope you can hear the roaring sound coming from. Should be clear sound from there. You shouldn't hear any roaring sound coming from the bearing there, so I'll turn again when I already replaced the bearing and try to record the sound coming from, to hear the difference between the worn bearing and new one. Okay guys, so now I just removed the wheel, and now what's my next step? My next step is disconnect the end rod to give me a chance to turn it extra on one of the sides, to give me a possibility to take off the drive shaft from here. First of all, have to remove the caliper, disconnect the end rod, ball joint under the knee need to be disconnected, and then the drive shaft will be off, and then I can have access to the bearing, to remove the bearing as well, just to replace the bearing. Smacked it by the mallet, and then remove the brake disc, which is worn, and I will recommend replacement, but at that point now we're not ready with this for replacement. Anyway, I'll talk to the owner later. So now what is next, guys? You just need to disconnect the bolt joint from here, the steering rack and the rod from here disconnected, and then we'll have the hub free of all them bits and bobs. The drive shaft will go just slightly back on that way. I already have the replacement here with me. Put the description below where did I buy from, and as much as I can information about everything. Okay guys, so I just removed everything from there. It was like that, and I disconnected from the shock absorber, from ball joint, from end rod, steering wheel rack, and ABS sensor disconnected from the cable and there. And now I have to remove the bearing from bearing house. Okay guys, so now the bearing is coming out on two parts. That's the outside power bearing, and the inner side still there. So now I have to remove that stop washer here, which keep the bearing in the house with no any movement, no anything. I end up now with the worn bearing out. I just dismantle it here. Like you can see, the ABS sensor is still there because it's stuck in two, and I try to remove it, but obviously it doesn't go. So I prefer to leave it there now for the moment. See, I think it will be alright. Just need to be careful working there, no damage it, and then it should be fine. So now let me show you. This here now basically is the new bearing which need to fit there. That's the new bearing which must go there. It's very important to know how to put in there, because you can see the side here has a magnet ring there, which is for the ABS sensor, for wheel speed sensor. When the wheel spinning, the ring spinning with the bearing there, and the sensor reading the speed. So it's very important that side to be on ABS sensor side. So that's meaning it must be like that. You can see this side is metal ring on the back, which is covering basically the bearing being damaged inside from dust and water and everything there. So need to be fitted that way, like that now there. So now, like you can see, the bearing is full in the house. That's what it needs to be, with no any gap between the house and the bearing. So now, looking on this side, that's the channel where the stop washer going through there, like that, secured by the washer. Do not move. Hope you can see me what I'm doing. Make sure you're working careful, do not damage anything and don't hurt yourself. There we go, the washer now is in. Okay guys, so now obviously my press doesn't work, and I put everything back like that by tightening the nut here. I already showed you the bearing was installed in the house. So now I put the drive shaft back in there, coming here. As you can see, you know, I'm tightening the nut, which forcing the hub going in the bearing. So I have to tighten it well up to the end as much as I can, and everything will be installed. So yeah, that's the only way which I find now to do this job. So definitely I need more tool for doing this job, or next time I have to be ready with my press. I'm doing it like that, just tighten the nut up, which forcing the hub going in there. Guys, I put back everything now. I'm putting back the disc in there again. The bolt joint, I just put it back. Steering wheel rack and rod is put it back, and caliper, and I'm ready with. I assemble everything back now. I want to show you how the cover is set on the beginning. When I finish the job, I'll spin the wheel again or turn it to hear if there's any sound coming from the bearing. It shouldn't be any sound coming from there because literally it's brand new. So let's try. No, nice and smooth. Job done.